welcome you to the November South Bend Board of Education meeting. Kick things off, calling meeting order, and Mr. Muir, if you can call the roll, please.
Tyler Bates.
Here.
Jack Dawson.
Here.
Elizabeth Johnson.
Here.
Terry Lowens.
Here.
Brian Bagwell.
Here. First item, we're going to observe a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. If you please stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, now before the first item on the agenda is the approval of the actual agenda. Does anybody have any questions or changes that you made? If not, we just need a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
Jack moves. Elizabeth seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The agenda is approved. Let's kick it off.
Yeah. Best part of the night, board, I'd like to welcome the elementary school and our Raider profile winners from the elementary school. As you can see, we have a full audience. Super excited about this. Best part of our month, really. And just the audience, after we go through, we'll introduce the students, we'll get pictures and so forth. You're free to take pictures, all the pictures you would like to take. And then after this, we typically continue the meeting. So if you would want to stay and participate and watch the meeting, you can. If you want to go get dinner and so forth, at that time, it's a good time to exit. We'll give you some time. So at this time, I'd like to introduce Mr. Matus. Come on.
Dean, do you need us to be a certain spot?
That's good.
Right, okay. And then do you want to stand?
Yep, to your right here.
Okay. All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight to honor our elementary Raiders of the month. We are going to go in reverse order so that some of our other special guests can get back to basketball. So if we could start with 4th grade, we have Mrs. Vizdak and Mrs. Wingler here to honor one of our very special students, Joey Baraszczak. Joey, if you would come on up. Oh, sorry.
You okay? Okay, can you hear me? Okay, you're okay, you're okay. Do you want a chair? Okay. It's a lot, huh? Okay, everybody, as most of you know, this is Joey Baraszczak. Joey is an extraordinary 4th grade student who radiates kindness, courage, and positivity in everything he does. Despite facing significant health challenges in his young life, Joey's perseverance and adaptability have inspired everyone around him. His infectious smile and joyful spirit brighten the halls of our school each day, and his ability to overcome adversity with such optimism is a true testament to his strength of character. Joey embodies the very best of what it means to be a Raider. In spite of the obstacles that Joey faces daily, his loving and compassionate nature have made him a beloved member of both the district and community. Joey is a familiar face on the sidelines of Friday night football games, where his enthusiasm and team spirit uplift both players and fans. Joey's kind heart shines through in the way he cares for others, especially his love for babies. If you know, you know, right? And his positive outlook reminds us all of the power of resilience and connection. He is truly one of a kind, and our school is better because he is a part of it. That might be. Yeah? All right, Coach Rock and friends, if you can come on up, and they have something special that they want to give you for all your help this season, okay? Sound good? Okay. Okay. All right. We'll get out of the way. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Do you know who that is? Who is this? This is you, and who else? Who's that? Is that your dad? And all your buddies, and look, they all signed their names on there for you. Is that cool? Yeah? Yeah. What do you say to all your friends? Oh. I think that says it all, right? All right.
right, since we started at the top, we'll just work our way down. Next, third grade, if we could have Sawyer Smith come on up, and Mrs. Tharp.
Pass the baby.
This way. Face that.
It's still in this spot, right?
Yes.
Over here?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna face Dr. Zapone.
There we go.
Okay, and then Mrs. Tharp, if you can speak.
So tonight, Mrs. Armbrecht and I would like to honor Sawyer Smith. He is a wonderful representation of a Raider. He takes pride in all of his work and is a cautious learner in all he does. Sawyer is always willing to learn from his mistakes and always willing to learn in any situation he's in. In the classroom, he's willing to help others and is aware of what needs to be done. Sawyer is intrigued on what happens around him and loves to share his experiences. He respects his peers and teachers, as well as being beyond kind to everyone around him. Sawyer shows compassion and grit each day and perseverance when a challenge presents itself. We will continue to thrive, he will continue to thrive. We will too, but he will continue to thrive in the upcoming years at South Range with his beautiful characteristics that he has. And we're all excited to see what the future holds for him. But Sawyer Smith is a true definition of a Raider. So.
All right, next up, if we could have Bryce Fantone and Mrs. Beyond. Right about here.
I am honored to recognize Bryce Fantone as the second grade student who represents our Raider profile. Bryce exemplifies what it means to be a Raider. He is hardworking, compassionate, and guided by integrity. He consistently goes above and beyond, taking great pride in his work and approaching every challenge with positivity and determination. In the classroom, Bryce's empathy and willingness to help others truly stand out. He is a servant-hearted leader who often steps in without being asked to support a student with special needs in our resource room. Bryce leads by example, and his patience, compassion, and kindness make him a true role model among his peers. Bryce's positive attitude and heart for others remind us that leadership is not about recognition, but about service. Bryce truly embodies the values that we strive to instill in all of our students: kindness, helpfulness, hard work, integrity, and compassion. Congratulations, Bryce. You make us all so proud.
Yeah.
And next up, we have Mrs. Fullerton and Chloe Kenny.
She just found out why she came tonight. Should have went to ice cream.
Attentive, compassionate, inquisitive, helpful, appreciative, and studious. These are some of the many words that could be used to describe Chloe Kenny. She is devoted to her schoolwork, improving her academics with a diligent work ethic. Chloe is gentle with all students and is beloved by her peers. Her heart is all ready to serve others with voices whose actions aren't as loud or boisterous and maybe more hesitant than others. She reassures them. She quietly encourages and leads without desiring any spotlight. When you observe how Chloe cares for others, you wouldn't be surprised to know that she wants to be a nurse when she grows up, just like her mama. Chloe, you already have a nurse's heart. Mending, healing, intelligent, hardworking. Your desire to serve others is infectious.
Thank you for modeling a Raider in kindness to others and in devotion to learning. We applaud you for being selected as the first grade Raider of the month.
And finally, we have Mrs. Johnson coming up. And
I know that she will have insight to add to our lessons. Outside of the classroom, Scarlett represents the qualities of a PAX leader. She can be seen walking down the hallway holding a level 0 voice, using walking feet, and giving kind but quiet waves to those she sees. Her specials teachers note her sweet demeanor and her ability to follow directions. And at recess, Scarlett can be found holding doors open for others and seeking out peers that need a friend to play with. She is always open to having others join in the fun. She exemplifies all of the qualities of a strong kindergarten student. What stands out most is her kind heart and quiet yet natural leadership. When working in group, she helps guide her peers by keeping them on task and reminding them of class expectations in a gentle, supportive way. Her enthusiasm for learning and her love for her classroom community are truly infectious. Her smile and positivity light up the room, and she is admired by her classmates and serves as a silent leader and role model for others. She is a true blessing to have in our classroom, and it is with great pride that we recognize her tonight.
So staff, students, if we're gonna do a picture right here, if you guys can come up with your kids. We're gonna go behind.
Oh, behind.
Right over here.
The thing's like, that thing's messing up my thing. Okay. Okay, everybody, look at me. Ready? Ready? Everybody smile. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take another one closer. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
If you want to take some pictures with your children, feel free. We've got a couple minutes if you want to grab them, and we can help take pictures. Anybody want to?
Yeah, of course. That looks good. It's like this. Yeah, I said, yeah. Great, we're up next week.
Ready? Cheers!
Yes, thank you. Thank you for raising such a sweet heart. Thank you all for everything. Yeah, you are so welcome. Thank you. I feel so lucky to be your teacher. I am lucky. Ready?
Do one more. Do you want to switch?
Good job, babe.
Ready? All right. 1, 2, 3, smile. Let me zoom in. Ready? I want to get the, yeah. Okay. Look here, Charlie. Okay. Oh yeah? Watch Let's take a quick picture.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Thank you guys for Oh, yeah? No. He looks like really
At the bottom. Yeah, so look at that.
Okay. We'll go ahead and continue with the meeting this evening. For those following along on the agenda, we're on item number 6. This will be public participation for agenda items only. So there'll be a time for non-agenda items following at the end of the meeting, but anything on the agenda, if anyone would like to speak to anything on that, now would be your chance. Seeing as there's none, we'll go ahead and move to number 7, communications.
Yeah, I would like to congratulate the Raider Profile winners again from the elementary school. It's always a great turnout. I'm very, very honored to serve the students and staff here, and that you can see why. It just makes me smile every day. With our student performance goal, I'd like to congratulate the Special Education Department. The Ohio Department of Education and Workforce released the 2025 Special Ed ratings, and this is based on the year in review. And it's not about students passing scores, it's about processes and a whole bunch in the Special Education Department. And our district earned a 4 out of 4 star rating. So very, very excited for the hard work of the intervention specialists, Jacqueline DeCivio, Carmen DeFrangia, and that whole team. Continuing with the celebrations, I'd like to share several celebrations that we actually discussed today on our administrative council meeting. Once a month we meet for collaborative leadership. And we talked about celebrating one of our daytime custodians, Rich Fitch, who does an unbelievable job in the cafeteria, super friendly with the kids, jumps in to help all the time, and part of Dean's crew, and just a phenomenal person. So very excited about Rich. Congratulations to the elementary school who organized with Mrs. Maynard Every Moment Counts. I think I said that right, Steve? They organized parent volunteers between 5 to 8 come into the building at a time during the week to work one-on-one small groups or with gifted intervention. Parents are helping students in other grades, and this is all a way to get more hands on students to work to improve student achievement. Continuing with the high school, had its first Focus Friday recently. It was a great day. Mr. Zolik and the team reported out team building activities hosted by Youngstown State came here, and just a really good day to work on social emotional needs of the high school students. The domestic violence drive was successful again. Great job, Quincy Bailey and Selena Jesus, for just another great job with that. And last, we learned today that the high school has been having conversations of how to get better with their scheduling piece. And we heard today at our meeting, the master schedule meetings at the high school are going really well. They're exceptional teamwork and a lot of communication collaboration to pivot to look at the curriculum that we're offering students. Continuing with the communication and collaboration goal, I would like to invite Mrs. Lally to report out to the board about certain athletics and fall awards from this past all-conference performances.
Congratulations to our fall 2025 all NEA conference. First football, first team offense, Tommy Valentine, Cody Ewert, and Jason Forshak. And then first team defense is
need additional assistance. And that's in addition to the care closets that we're creating specifically in the K-12 campus for students and families in need. Now I'd like Mr. Bates to report to the board updates from our.
We've been having an issue with our water well. We have 2 water wells, and the one water well has gone dry. This has been an area where, I mean, Dean's been all over this, but we need to get that repaired, to get that fixed. And we've had Dylan Well Services out to look at the situation and, you know, give us proposals on what we should do about it. And their proposal is to, rather than flushing it, which they don't think is going to work, is to drill a new well. And I know Dean got a quote from Dylan, and it was somewhere around $35,000 to drill within 100 feet of the existing well. What that would do is hopefully we're able to keep it inside the infield and not get into the parking lot to keep costs down. But that would allow us to use the external plumbing and electric hookup on the outside of the facility, outside of the building to tie in there. And so it might save us some cost by doing it that way, but definitely don't want to put any more strain on the one well that is currently working whenever the system was designed for both wells. So I think it's something we need to, I know Dean's all over it, but it's definitely something we have to look at handling pretty quickly here. Next, we've been talking about the 070 account and the money we moved there for the parking lot on the elementary side. Everybody knows that, you know, whenever we get a hard rain, I drop the kids off at school every day, and I see them go through the parking lot after a hard rain, and the water drainage is a severe issue. So many kids come in with wet feet because the puddle gets so big there, you know, down the gravel or the rock line drainage ditch in the center of the lot there. So we're working with Pave Connect to try to get some ideas, get some bids, get some engineering out to see whenever we can get a bid out for repaving the lot and addressing the drainage issues. So that's all in progress. So a lot going on with facilities. I know Dean's been a huge help in that.
Just a question. Oh, no, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay, what's the timeline of drilling a new well? Like, how soon can we get it done?
Well, we had a committee meeting prior to this meeting here, and we were thinking that, you know, probably pretty quick. It's gonna be something we're gonna have to go, I mean, I'm not an expert on the subject, but I know enough that if the system was designed for 2 wells,
Yeah, and we are
and
not.
we're running off of one, then it's an issue. We need to get that resolved. And
How close are the 2 wells currently?
I don't know the footage, but
So is it a parts issue with the current one, or is it a depth issue?
What's that? I'm
Is
sorry.
it a parts issue with the current well that's malfunctioning, or is it a depth issue?
It's a mineral issue.
calcified.
Calcified.
Yeah.
Like basically,
You can't get any more water out of it.
That's not understood.
So it's the no stop.
Could you
yes,
just
and
go deeper in the well without our hard?
We've tried that before. This well's been rehabilitated once, if not twice, before, and we haven't been able to get any more water out of it.
So essentially that is probably the long-term cheapest solution then would be to.
Yeah.
And quickest way to get
And
it
it's
back online.
Probably about 100 yards away from the south well, I would say, length of a football field.
so
How deep are they now?
we're looking at what, going 200 feet.
Yeah, and it's about 200 feet currently.
And you're talking an 8-inch casing. Most standard home wells are 4.
Yeah.
You know, but again, if we're able to, I know Dean has collaboration he has to do with the EPA to run it through all the state, you know, to make sure that they're good with us drilling it. You know, they basically put an X on the ground and say drill it here, but by doing it and keeping it within 100 foot or so is what Dylan recommends. We'd be able to tie into the existing plumbing that's already through the wall and the electric hookup. So
Which had no mineral compromise.
no, that's just where the water would, come in from, from the well itself. So it would be worse if we had to drill a whole nother well and start over completely. But it's still $35,000 that.
Yeah, but I mean, you're going pretty deep for that price, so I mean, that's not.
Well, and I know Dean was we mentioned something about, soliciting, the other suggestions and stuff, but I also think that it's gonna be one of those things where we can't wait too long, so we have to.
Thank you guys for working on that.
Thank you.
But, yeah, so a lot going on with the, facilities.
A lot going on. Thank you for the updates, and those are all of our superintendent communications.
Okay, thank you. That will take us to item number 8, consent agenda for the treasurer superintendent. First item on that list is the minutes for the October 15th regular board meeting. Any changes for that? We can go over to Mario for the financial reports.
Present the October financials. If you have any questions, just let me know. I just want to remind there's no forecast on the agenda today. They changed those deadlines. Just want to remind everyone. So the next one will be in February. And then we also talked about possibly doing another update in May. So that's, I guess, the time frame right now with the forecast. And then the auditors just started a couple weeks ago, so they've been in auditing last fiscal year. So if they have any questions, just keep an eye out for emails. I might reach out to you guys on it. I think just want to highlight some of the bills that are kind of going through the General Assembly. The Senate Local Government Committee was expected. We were both looking at emails. We haven't seen anything yet, but they're expected to pass 4 bills today that result in property tax reform. The one was House Bill 186. So essentially that adjusts our valuation but going back a couple years. So the concern for this one, it doesn't adjust the funding formula to account for the revenue cap. So with the state foundation calculation, they look into your local wealth, and by capping our property tax, they're not capping it in the formula either. So it's almost going to get double hit. But we're currently on the guarantee, so the concern would be in future budgets that they ever eliminate the guarantee. So it's just something to keep an eye on. The next one is House Bill 335. It limits inside millage growth. So restricts natural growth that typically helps extend levy cycles. So inside mills is where we do see some increase on valuation on increases in property tax on valuations, but they're going to also try to limit that as well. The next one is House Bill 129 that addresses fixed sum levies. So right now we have an emergency levy that's due to expire in 2028. This one kind of is supposed to address that, but what happens is they pretty much eliminate the emergency levy, which applies a homestead rollback, which is the tax base for our taxpayers. But if they don't address what our options are, then any levy, those tax breaks will go back to our taxpayers. So that's something else to keep an eye on. And then the last one is House Bill 309, which just extends the authority of the County Budget Commission that if they think we don't need our levies, the millage of our levies, that they can reduce it without any, they can just go over there and do it. So those are the big concerns. And then right now, there's a bill in the House committee. There's something to keep an eye on. I talked with the treasurer that was down at Capitol Conference. The big concern going forward is going to be consolidation. So there's a bill in the House right now so they'll pass this property tax, they'll reconvene come January. Supposedly they'll talk about Capitol Conference consolidation. So there is a bill in the House that addresses will present grants for entities, all public entities that address school districts, your local taxes, if they want to combine, that there's money they can apply for to help with that consolidation process. But the concern is there's something in state law that prevents them from forcing local entities to merge, but there's nothing that prevents them from merging school districts if they want to. So
they can't mandate you, but they can dry you out to the point where you have to.
No, they can't. Supposedly they can mandate it schools consolidate if they want to. So
they can mandate.
But not this. Not this. This is a separate. This bill's separate. Right now, it's more of a option for entities. If you want to consolidate, here's money to help. But if they don't, the concern is if people don't go for it, that they might try to start forcing entities.
Yeah, they're essentially saying if you do this now, here's a little cash up front. or we wait until you can't do it for tolerating anymore, and then we're just gonna tell you that you have to.
Yeah.
So that hasn't been passed yet, it's
Yeah,
in-house committee.
that's essentially the proposal.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and for the December 1st meeting, for our representatives, none of them decided to come.
So we reached out several times, and I appreciate the board. You guys helped change the valley. So because of this Board of Education, we took that to our superintendent group in the valley, and it was unanimous. I think I shared the results with everyone. Unanimous, 18 districts agreed. Community members, board members, our local legislators are not going to show. One said that he would show, and then a staffer from the other representative's office. So because one was gonna show, that one then said, I'm gonna cancel. So December 1st is off. We're gonna keep trying to write them letters, but face-to-face is what we were hoping to kind of have this discussion in a public forum, so the legislators could hear from school boards.
Yeah, I think would have been a very reasonable thing to do with the massive amount of change that is being proposed, for at least them to come.
So actually one of the co-signers for this household consolidation is Tex Fisher. I said one of the reps for this.
So our representative, who represents us, is co-sponsoring this bill to get it, or for the consolidation.
No, there's not a fourth consolidation. This is just a grant for entities that.
But still,
it's proposal, but
proposal.
future bills is what the concern.
So he can't come stand here and tell us why.
Yeah,
that's great. I disagree with that.
I couldn't believe it.
It's
So just
unbelievable.
keep your eyes out. We'll
This is a big deal. This is an absolute huge deal for schools and districts who have been responsible fiscally, and to come in and that money that I get it, the whole evaluation thing that happened, and we got $800,000 additional dollars that was not voted in based on the 20 mil 4 levy. That money's going to help the facilities and the staff and to keep up with health benefits and all this stuff. And we're not using that money in any type of irresponsible way. I just want everybody to understand that it's all there. We can see it, where the money's going, what we're doing with the money. This isn't, I think we're, as a school district that is, I feel is fiscally responsible, is getting punished for no reason. We're already running on the 20 mil floor, which was set for a reason. I get the appraisal rates were extreme the last time around, but to just come around and cut it it's going to be huge. $800-some thousand a year, and you're going to be capped at the inflation rate going forward, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Based on us currently, yeah.
So we're not gonna.
But it's not passed. Expected to pass. Or expected if the governor's desk by the end of the week.
I go to Columbus tomorrow to hear more about this. There's a lot of us very curious.
But
now, like consolidation bill, that's not on the, like they said, that's
yeah,
just something
that's upcoming. But
upcoming, that's something to keep an eye on.
It's to follow.
If come January, yeah. That was the talk about capital conference.
But I guess it's another call for everybody out there who might be impacted. Call your representatives, tell them, I mean, it's basically too late now, but we can still at least notify them and let them know. But I think it would be wrong of us to not continue to reach out.
We support changing. We do. We support changing because property tax, property owners, too much is on them. So absolutely, we need to think something for the property owners, but not at the expense of there's a whole formula, there's a whole way to consider. When you look at how much money in the billions they're giving vouchers in private schools that come out of us.
Yeah.
So, when the state is reducing the amount of support and putting more on property owners, so yes, we need relief, but they have a legal obligation to fund schools adequately, costing around $15,000 to educate because of all the entities, and to see what they're receiving and to see that go down since the 90s of where they are. So that's what we're advocating for. Some of my close friends went to the House and they spoke to the Way and Means Committee and they kind of pled their case. I am on the docket, VASA's ticket to speak on behalf of South Range of how this could impact us. there's a long list of people wanting to get in front of them simply because they won't get in front of us. So we're gonna try to get in front of them. So I travel to Columbus tomorrow to kind of, I just want the teachers to keep teaching. I want the principals to keep principaling. I want Dean to keep deaning. And we're gonna try to figure this out on the back end so that the kids and the teachers aren't impacted. Because it's historic. What's happening is historic.
Well, I think too, when Liz and I went to the all boards meeting, we talked to the rep, and one of the questions we asked her is, how is this gonna affect the small schools? And she said it doesn't look good. And what they're trying to do down in Columbus is have those smaller school districts break up and go into a larger school. And looking at ours, do you really think Springfield's gonna let their kids go to South Range? I mean, no offense, but it's a rivalry there, and they're trying to get rid of the smaller schools. And then going back to when we were talking about the vouchers and stuff, we get about $4,600 for a student. Reference right there, and we looked it up. So the person that goes to a private school that takes away from us is about $8,600. So we're getting less than what we pay out.
And there's a scale to that.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the wealthier you are, anybody in Ohio gets $1,200. That's a given. Whether you're making $400,000 a year or whether you're making $4,000. So that's the minimum. The ceiling is $8,600. So they do forecast depending on what your income is, but yeah, it's
about roughly.
It's a lot of money compared to what they're getting in public schools. Yeah. So, but that's the work that we're doing. And again, I never want that to impact the classroom because we have phenomenal people who are doing phenomenal work, from aides to teachers, everyone. And that's the work. I think when we were kind of talking about it today, there are so many coming at such a flurry. It's almost like we need to pause, stop. Give me a memo. Just give me, because at one point there were 16 over 30 they were proposing. And then this school consolidation conversation, it's already in committee in the House by Tex Fisher. So, we're going to keep plugging away for public schools. If you look at rural schools, they spend money fiscally more responsible than most others. So they're comparing urbans and rurals, and the data is crystal clear what it will do if these things pass, how it can negatively impact student achievement and student success. But I think the voices of the community, and like Tyler, Mr. Bates said, legislators have those conversations in a nice way. So when I do it, can you help me understand? I know I don't like when I'm yelled at and screamed at. You kind of get your defenses up. So I typically just ask questions and, hey, come take a tour. I know President Bagwell and I had a couple legislators over the last few years come, and they thanked us when they were here because we had those conversations. They got to see the campus and so forth. And without those dollars, it's very difficult to be a 4.5 star, 5-star school district who is doing arts, athletics, at the level we're doing. So.
Okay, well, good luck tomorrow. Thank you. We'll move to item C, then now purchase orders.
Yeah, and then just the timing of the invoices and the PO date. So they're just routine purchase orders.
Any questions on those? Item D, which I'll just formulate the resignations.
Yeah, so an assistant custodian and an aide, and later on the agenda you'll see where we're replacing that aide. The aide works with the student in the middle school, so we're going to then replace. Looking at item E, actually, motion to approve the following new staff hires. So we have a substitute nurse and that student aide replacing Ms. Kirsten. Continuing with item F, motion to approve the following classified staff new hires. So we have a couple students that are working with Dean. Did really good job, Mr. Foster and Dean and so forth, getting that help, as well as the other substitutes and tier 2 drivers. Continuing with item G, motion to approve the following supplemental contracts. So we have Ms. Hostler with Math 24. Very excited to see what she's going to do. I was in the classroom the other day seeing the students. It's amazing, this Math 24. You can see how quick they're going and everything. Continuing with basketball, wrestling, and we are adding a volunteer for middle school wrestling, Caroline, she already has her path and everything, so she's our soccer coach. Continuing with item H, motion to approve individuals for the playoffs. We are hosting a playoff game here this weekend. Gonna be Mooney and Gerard, so, it's gonna be a hopping place. We also have a middle school dance at the same time. So it's gonna be fun over here. The dance is casual, so hopefully, it all goes well. It's all gonna go well. Donnie and the middle school team are working really well together to fix that. Item I, motion to approve the following personnel for event workers. So Mr. Munson, operating clock, DJing events, and Mr. Sabota, who also did a DJ. Looking at item J, we missed this back when we originally, I think it was in August, the August 2025 French fees. We had them all at one price, and then we were notified that it should have been $8 for French 3 and French 4. Continuing, motion to approve Latonia, McDonald, and any other districts who need drivers. So this weekend, McDonald is in a playoff game, and they reached out to us asking if we have drivers and buses to help transport their teams and their band and so forth. So what they do is Mario and his department get purchase order or any of that. Here's an invoice, and this is what you owe, and then they use our drivers. We did this last year with Latonia and somebody else. But this year, Latonia and McDonald also. And then the last item here, motion approved before and after care handbook, Raider Care. The fees are being updated effective January 9th. We met several times with Mrs. A, who's done a really good job looking at cost analysis and how we can make sure that we're not losing a lot of money and resources for that before and after school program.
Okay, thank you. Any questions on those items? If not, we just need a motion to approve the consent agenda items.
I'll move.
Tyler moves.
I'll second.
Terry seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. On the item 9, treasurer's regular agenda, donations.
Issues, thank you everybody who donates.
Motion, just need a motion to approve those donations.
I'll move and thank you very much for the donations.
Yes.
I'll second, thank you.
We have Jack with the motion and Elizabeth
Yes.
with the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item number 10, the superintendent's regular agenda. First item is the Business Advisory Council meeting minutes. You just need to approve those.
I'll move. I'll second.
Tyler moves. Jack seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries. Item B, a student trip out of state. This is for the 8th grade Washington DC and Gaysburg trip.
I'll second.
Elizabeth moves. Terry seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. I forgot to mention the funding source is student fundraising. Item C, softball spring trip approval. This is for the Grand Strand Classic Tournament. And again, the funding source is student fundraising.
I'll move. I'll second.
Terry moves. We have Elizabeth with the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Ski club approval for the high school ski club for the 25-26 school year. Funding source is also student fundraising, just providing the place to meet to take off.
I'll move.
Tyler moves.
I'll second.
Oops. Jack seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The motion carries.
Here you go.
Okay, item number E, nutrition compliance report. These are the 3 policies that are listed below. Anybody have any questions regarding those? If not, we just need a motion to approve.
I'll move.
Terry moves.
Second.
Tyler seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item F, the 26-27 school calendar. Do you want to touch on anything on that?
Yeah, so this motion just allows us to open up for 30 days the conversation. As you can read here, at least 30 days prior to adopting the calendar, the board will hold a public meeting about the school calendar, having conversations about total number of hours, like the school day, beginning and end days of instruction. We've been working on this for several weeks with multiple conversations, multiple options of this, and we boiled it down to two, and we're still receiving feedback from these two options. I know there's a meeting tomorrow to say, hey, what ifs and how abouts and what it would look like. But this motion is simply to say, tentatively, we're about 1,100 hours. You can see the length of the school day. That does also factor in the 2 early dismissal days, because we're obviously 6.5 hours here. It's 4 hours or so. So we're looking at beginning, starting the conversation, beginning that Wednesday after fair. So everything is a week after. So the fair, Labor Day, so it pushes everything, and where holidays fall, they fall at the end of the weeks. So it just makes it interesting to try to find days where it flows. You don't want a kid, Christmas is on Friday. It's very difficult to look at how we can gain days of instruction with just the way the holidays fall. So I know those conversations are happening, and then we'll get all that input, we'll share it out, and at the December board meeting, we would have the final version for everyone to move on. Jack?
I was just gonna ask, with the way the dates are falling and trying to work in the calendar, how many, are we talking about last month, but how many extra hours or days, I guess is my question, do we have to kind of like wiggle it? Like, I know we typically plan for an overage.
Yeah.
There are at 1,106.5 hours. How much over are we?
So we were approximately 14, 15 at the middle and high school, and then 30 at the elementary. So just looking at that. But we also have to factor in like the negotiated agreement says X amount of days.
Yeah.
So I have to,
Like 184.
184, yeah.
Yeah, so we have to find, next year's calendar's terrible, it's like Labor Day's the 7th.
Yeah,
So we wouldn't go back till the 9th.
Okay. All right, thank you. Yeah, so essentially we're proposing to look at what was proposed.
Correct, yeah. And we have 30 days, so I know, like I said, some conversations are still happening to, we're trying to make sure we're covering what the community wants with the survey and a lot of input. I know there's a good conversation of how to get more days before the state tests, which are very important for student achievement. It's just difficult when, certain grades test, K-12 doesn't test. So when you have a bulk of students that do give assessments and then some students that don't, it just gets kind of wonky on, if grade 12 doesn't do this, does grade 1 do that? And it just, not that it's impossible, there are other districts that do similar types of creative ways to approach it, but it just makes it a little challenging for K-12 with busing and some of these other components. So that's what we're exploring.
All right, I'll move.
Jack moves.
I'll stop.
Tyler seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Start that conversation. Item G, the MOU between the SRCEA and the board.
Yeah, this is for snow removal. So we work with Mr. Schaefer in plow removal. I think the last time we updated that was 2022.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
So this is just updating, just agreeing that annual snow renewal contract with Ed.
I'll move. I'll second.
Elizabeth moves. Terry seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item H, the South Range Incident Response Plan and the IT Disaster Recovery Plan. This is part, you want to talk about this or you want Dean to talk about it?
Sure, I can take a stab at it. Essentially, cybersecurity, and we had a conversation today, is the way of the future. And we have to have a plan per law in the event that something disastrous were to happen. Actually, Dean did find out recently there were some attempts to log into our system that are just what we currently have, our malware software kind of stopped or whatnot. So The disaster recovery plan is in the event that we have something that probably will happen. Just want to update the board. Cybersecurity, it's not if, it's when this will occur. And we have a plan that Dean delineated on what to do. It's like 28 pages long of, we're mandated by law to report to the Attorney General as well as a couple other entities. How'd I do, Dean?
Good.
Anything to add?
Yeah, just the fact that it's being audited more frequently, the controls in place, and that you have this stuff in place. With Senate Bill 96, it's going to be mandated that a plan be in place for next school year, I think in June. And it's even before that for other governmental agencies. So we're trying to get ahead of it and work on it now.
Okay, thank you. Motion to approve that
I'll move.
plan. Second. Terry moves, Jack seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Our motion carries. Item I, the master facilities plan. This is what Mr. Bates touched on earlier with the Pay Connect. Do you want to elaborate on anything else or any questions on what this motion entails?
They're just handling all they do it for a bunch of other schools and other entities, but basically including engineering permits, stuff like that, all the stuff that we're not experts in, they help us out with that path and navigate us through, so we're doing things the right way and getting it on time.
So they help elicit quotes or competitive bid quotes?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything would be public bid, but they just help gather everything up so we can put it out for bid. So
this is part of the planning phase. This isn't committing us to.
No, this is not committing us to any type of contractor, project, whatever. They would come to us with their proposal. We would then have to approve it, and then it would go to bid. But they basically put everything together, say, here's the plan, guys, what do you think? And then we can make changes, redline anything, and then go from there. But we're not committed to anything other than just working with them for this, right?
Oh, I understand. Kind of see why Tyler's the project manager over there.
I'll move.
Second.
Tyler moves, Jack seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. Item J, a long list of policies for consideration for the December meeting for the adoption. So this is the first reading of all the policies that were provided in the drive. There's a brief description on the agenda here. Were there any questions on any of those specifically? Again, this is just the first reading. We'll do the adoption next month.
I'll second.
Elizabeth moves, Terry seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That motion carries. And that will take us to item number 11, public participation for non-agenda items. We ask you, if you have something to say, give us your name. We'll limit you to 2 minutes, and any other questions, we can answer them later, but if there's anything for non-agenda item public participation, now'll be your chance.
I stand up. What do I do? Just sit in my chair?
Stand up and give us your name and speak.
Oh, stand up? Okay. I'm Brianne Bagwell. My husband, he did not know I was coming tonight, so he's probably real scared to see me here. First meeting ever. Anyways, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I just wanted to say thank you. First of all, thank you to this board for all that you've done over the past 6 months preparing to get the meetings online. As detailed in the meetings in April, you started this process. Second of all, I just wanted to thank Brian for the over 6 years of dedication to our school and community that he's given. Thank you for giving the time that you've given speaking with anyone who had questions, for learning about school policy, contracts, legislation, and building relationships with all of the staff and the administration. Thank you for giving of your skills and management on the board, for helping with the business and trades program with the business and carpentry skills that you have, for using your agricultural knowledge in building the MCCTC Ag program, and for giving of your resources, always donating beef to any auction or benefit that asked, even donating a excellent condition commercial van to the band because they needed one for transporting instruments. All of this was done silently without any knowledge because he didn't want to draw attention to himself during an election year. And I think that's just a true testament to his character. Thank you for all that you've given, the hours and hours every week behind the scenes to serve the students of South Range and our community with integrity and the moral standards of a true Raider, one who follows the greatest commandments, loving the Lord your God with all your heart and soul, and loving your neighbor as yourself. I'm proud of what you've done for the school and would like to thank all of the board and the administration for everything you do, but tonight, especially Brian, thank you.
Thank you, and as you said, I was very surprised. Anybody else for non-agenda items?
Actually, Mr. Spilner, can you talk about the care closet that we're doing with the district?
So,
I don't see Julian.
yeah, I asked her not to come, she had some family stuff going on. Dan, you wanna help take a stab?
I mean.
So essentially, we have a K-12, we generated a letter for the community. It went home today.
It's going home, I think it's different dates for each building, but everybody is going to have access to it, yeah.
And it's, if families need some support, they can fill it out and confidentially return it to school. And then we have community partnerships to provide support. We're gonna reach out and see what food or what other resources these families may need, especially if it's food. So we've been working with local United Way as well as PTO and a whole bunch of people to create a care closet in the middle school. Courtney showed me it today, and it's getting really full. But it's to help students, especially with SNAP and some of the other things that happen at the federal level. We know we have students in need, so huge thank you to the parents and the community and the PTOs. And if families do need the resource, it will come home within the next few days. They'll sign up.
And if you haven't seen it, it's really, like, even the packaging, it has, like, the ingredients, the menu, how to, like, it's awesome.
And it's something that we're going to continue throughout the school year and hopefully
Continue, and I talked to Courtney, so there are organizations that do this. So the United Way, for $25,000, the United Way is the one-time $25,000 will do it for perpetuity. So as a conversation with our community, if we found a way to, look at supporting $25,000, they will stock your care closet. They do it in many local schools. So that's a conversation that we just recently had. But now that we have it, we can maybe talk about fundraising and have a plan to maybe create this so that it wouldn't be really. Not that our community won't donate, but United Way does this. This is why they're in existence. So they know the ins and outs of what people need and so forth. So Courtney is phenomenal. She serves on the United Way. She was just having some early conversations of what it could look like inside. So preliminary.
Okay, was there any other non-agenda item, public participation?
Hi, I'm Kelsey Schiraldi, and I just would like to say thank you also to Brian. I know as a resident of the district and a taxpayer, I am thankful for the attention to detail you put on the finances over the years you've been on the board. I know it would be easy to look at this year's budget or look into next year's, but I know you spent countless hours working alongside Mario to look many years ahead so that our district could be just financially sound for many years ahead. So for that, I'm grateful. I think anyone who's worked alongside Brian in any capacity knows and has seen firsthand his dedication, whether that's to this board, to his job, to his family, to his church, whatever it is. He's very dedicated, you're disciplined, you have just a wealth of knowledge. And more than that, I think anyone who's worked alongside of you can see your character. And so I'm sure anyone who works with you in any capacity is grateful to have done so. And you will be missed greatly on the board, but I know you'll remain a pillar of this community. So thank you for your many years of service.
Thank you. Anybody else? Not, we'll hit on the other matters, kind of touch on the first one. Second, the December meeting will be December 17th at 6 p.m. Unless somebody has a conflict on that date. Anybody have any other items before we adjourn? If not, we just need a motion for adjourn.
I'll move.
We have Terry with the motion. Who wants the second? Jack with the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that meeting is adjourned, 7:06.